Overturn a ruling. To reverse or nullify a decision made by a court or authority. Synonym for overturn a ruling. Reverse a decision, nullify a ruling, invalidate a judgment, annul a verdict, overrule a decision, quash a ruling. Public outcry led to efforts to overturn the ruling that limited freedom of speech. Appeals can be made to overturn a ruling perceived as unjust. The appeals court decided to overturn the ruling of the lower court due to insufficient evidence. Conform to regulations. To comply with established rules and guidelines. Synonym for conform to regulations. Comply with regulations, adhere to regulations, follow regulations, abide by regulations, observe regulations, respect regulations. All businesses must conform to regulations regarding workplace safety standards. Businesses must conform to regulations to ensure ethical practices. Failure to conform to regulations may result in hefty fines or penalties. Delegate authority. To assign or transfer power and responsibilities to others. Synonym for delegate authority. Assign authority, transfer power, entrust responsibility, empower others, transfer control, commission. The manager decided to delegate authority to her team members to handle specific tasks. The president may delegate authority to cabinet members for specific tasks. As the CEO, he often needs to delegate authority to his department heads. Suspend a law. To temporarily halt the enforcement of a specific law or regulation. Synonym for suspend a law. Temporarily halt a law, put a law on hold, pause enforcement, postpone legislation, temporarily cease, hold in abeyance. The government opted to suspend a law temporarily to address the urgent needs of the population. In times of crisis, authorities may choose to suspend a law to maintain public order. In times of emergency, governments may choose to suspend certain laws. Dictate policy. To establish and communicate government principles and strategies. Synonym for dictate policy. Set policy, determine policy, establish policy, formulate policy, prescribe policy, define policy. Economic indicators can dictate policy decisions regarding interest rates and inflation. The president's role is to dictate policy for the betterment of the nation. The president's speeches often dictate policy directions for the administration. Constitute a government. To form or establish a governing body. Synonym for constitute a government. Form a government, establish a government, create a government, set up a government, organize a government, install a government. After the election, the newly elected officials will constitute the government. The newly formed party aimed to constitute a government committed to social reform. After the election, negotiations began to constitute a government coalition. Infringe upon rights. To violate or encroach upon the rights of individuals or groups. Synonym for infringe upon rights. violate rights, encroach upon rights, trespass on rights, breach rights, transgress rights, intrude on rights. The new surveillance laws were criticized for infringing upon rights to privacy. Protesters argued that the proposed restrictions would infringe upon rights to free speech. Governments should avoid actions that infringe upon citizens' rights. Adopt a constitution. To formally accept and implement a set of fundamental laws. Synonym for adopt a constitution. Accept a constitution, ratify a constitution, approve a constitution, embrace a constitution, endorse a constitution, formalize a constitution. The newly independent nation chose to adopt a constitution based on democratic principles. The newly independent nation decided to adopt a constitution. The Constitutional Convention voted to adopt a constitution outlining the division of powers. Appoint officials. To designate individuals to fill specific government positions. Synonym for appoint officials. Assign officials, designate officials, nominate officials, select officials, name officials, install officials. The President has the authority to appoint officials to key positions. The Board of Directors will appoint officials to oversee the company's operations. The President has the authority to appoint officials to key government positions. Erode freedoms. To gradually diminish or undermine the liberties of the people. Synonym for erode freedoms. Undermine liberties, diminish rights, weaken freedoms, degrade liberties, corrode rights, subvert freedoms. Economic instability can sometimes lead to measures that erode freedoms of individuals. Constant surveillance can erode freedoms guaranteed by the Constitution. The government's censorship policies threaten to erode freedoms of expression. Craft legislation. To create and draft laws for consideration and approval. Synonym for craft legislation. Draft laws, formulate bills, create regulations, develop statutes, construct ordinances, author laws. Lawmakers work together to craft legislation that addresses societal issues. Lawmakers worked diligently to craft legislation aimed at protecting the environment. Lobbyists often play a role in crafting legislation favorable to their clients. Circumvent the law. To find a way to avoid or bypass legal restrictions. Synonym for circumvent the law. Skirt the law, evade legal restrictions, dodge regulations, sidestep laws, bypass legalities, avoid statutes. Some companies may try to circumvent the law by exploiting legal loopholes. Some individuals may try to circumvent the law to achieve their goals. Individuals found ways to circumvent the law by using offshore accounts to evade taxes. Identify with. To feel a connection or similarity with someone or something. Synonym for identify with. Relate to, connect with, feel akin to, associate with, understand, empathize with. Many immigrants identify with the challenges faced by refugees seeking asylum. Many teenagers identify with the characters in the novel. As a single parent, she could identify with the struggles of other single parents. Mirror each other. To be very similar or exhibit the same characteristics. Synonym 4. Mirror each other. Reflect similarities, parallel one another, mimic each other, duplicate traits, echo one another, resemble each other. The two political parties' policies often mirror each other in certain areas. The twin sisters seem to mirror each other in both appearance and personality. In terms of design and functionality, the two smartphones mirror each other closely. Run parallel. To occur simultaneously or alongside something with similarities. Synonym 4. Run parallel. Proceed alongside, occur simultaneously, run concurrently, happen in tandem, move in parallel, progress together. In his speech, he highlighted how the economic trends run parallel to the social changes happening in the country. The two projects run parallel, addressing different aspects of the same issue. The two research projects run parallel to each other, exploring different aspects of the same phenomenon. Echo each other. To repeat or reflect the same sentiments or actions. Synonym 4. Echo each other. Repeat sentiments, reflect one another, parrot opinions, resonate with, reciprocate views, reiterate sentiments. Their speeches echoed each other, emphasizing the need for unity. Their statements echoed each other, indicating a coordinated effort to address the issue. The findings of the two studies echo each other, confirming the presence of a strong correlation between the variables. Overlap with. To share a common area or time period with similarities. Synonym 4. Overlap with. Coincide with, share common ground, intersect with, have similarities, converge with, align with. The events of the two movies overlap with each other in certain scenes. The timeline of the project overlaps with the holiday season, which could affect the availability of resources. Her work schedule overlaps with her colleagues, allowing them to collaborate on certain projects. Coincide with. To occur at the same time or coincide in terms of events or characteristics. Synonym 4. Coincide with. Occur simultaneously, happen concurrently, align with, correspond with, co-occur with, sync with. The festival coincides with the holiday season, creating a festive atmosphere. The surge in sales coincided with the release of their new product line. Her promotion coincided with her years of dedication and hard work in the company. Conform to. To comply with or adhere to the same standards or rules. Synonym 4. Conform to. Comply with, abide by, adhere to, follow, obey, respect. The new design must conform to the safety standards set by the regulatory authorities. All employees must conform to the company's dress code. Employees are expected to conform to the company's dress code during working hours. Correspond with. To match or be in agreement with something. Synonym 4. Correspond with. Match, accord with, agree with, be consistent with, harmonize with, parallel. The data collected should correspond with the information provided in the report. The data from the experiment corresponded with the theoretical predictions, confirming the hypothesis. Her description of events closely corresponded with what other witnesses reported. Be on par with. To be equal to or comparable in quality, status, or level. Synonym for. Be on par with. Equal, comparable to, equivalent to, similar to, on a level with, of the same standard as. The company's products are on par with those of its competitors. The quality of their products is on par with those of well-established brands, despite being relatively new to the market. Their customer service is on par with the best in the industry, providing prompt and efficient assistance to clients. Blend together. To mix or combine harmoniously, resulting in a unified whole. Synonym for. Blend together. Mix harmoniously, fuse, combine seamlessly, integrate, merge, unite. The colors in the painting blend together seamlessly. The flavors in the dish blend together perfectly, creating a delightful culinary experience. The different musical styles blend together seamlessly in their latest album. Share common ground. To have similar interests, beliefs, or opinions. Synonym for. Share common ground. Have similar interests, have similar beliefs, have similar opinions, share similar interests, share similar beliefs, share similar opinions. Despite their differences, the two friends share common ground in their love for music. Despite their different backgrounds, they share common ground in their passion for environmental conservation. The two political parties share common ground on certain social issues, leading to bipartisan cooperation. Conjunto. To come together and form a single entity or idea. Synonym for. Conjunto. Merge into, unify into, fuse into, combine into, integrate into, consolidate into. The various ideas and opinions coalesce into a comprehensive strategy for tackling the problem. Over time, the scattered communities began to coalesce into a unified township. The various elements coalesce into a powerful message in the film. Match up. To correspond or align perfectly. Synonym for. Match up. Correspond, align, conform, coincide, agree, harmonize. The puzzle pieces need to match up for the picture to be complete. The witness's description of the suspect's appearance matched up with the police sketch. His skills and qualifications perfectly match up with the requirements of the job. Run in tandem. To operate or progress simultaneously and in coordination. Synonym for. Run in tandem. Progress together, advance simultaneously, move in sync, operate in harmony, develop in parallel, proceed in coordination. The marketing and sales departments must run in tandem to ensure the success of a new product launch. The two teams run in tandem during the relay race. Economic growth and environmental sustainability need to run in tandem for long-term prosperity. Parallel each other. To have similarities or similarities in development. Synonym for. Parallel each other. mirror one another, run alongside, follow a similar path, share a common trajectory, proceed in tandem, develop similarly. The two research studies parallel each other in their findings. The results of the two experiments parallel each other, indicating the reliability of the findings. Their career trajectories have closely paralleled each other, with both achieving success in their respective fields. Jibe with. To be in agreement or accord with something. Synonym for. Jibe with. Accord with, agree with, concur with, harmonize with, correspond with, match with. His explanation didn't jibe with the facts presented in the investigation. His account of the events doesn't jibe with the evidence presented at the trial. The company's commitment to sustainability jibes well with the values of environmentally conscious consumers. Consist with. To be in harmony or agreement with a particular standard or expectation. Synonym for. Consist with. Be in line with, be in keeping with, be consistent with, be compatible with, be congruent with, be coherent with. His actions consist with his character, showing integrity and honesty. The findings of the study consist with previous research in the field, reinforcing its validity. The proposed changes consist with the organization's values. Remain unchanged. To stay the same without any alterations or modifications. Synonym for. Remain unchanged. Stay the same, persist, endure, continue, maintain, stand still. The genetic code of the organism has remained unchanged for millions of years. Despite various attempts, the fundamental principles of physics remain unchanged over time. The traditions of the community have remained unchanged for centuries. You can find playlists for various languages in the video description. To practice the vocabulary, you are encouraged to explore our various apps. Links to these are also included in the description. If you found something new or interesting, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section and provide your valuable feedback. And please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more educational content.